This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen, alongside Tiny with the tiny voice. Tiny Bellez in the building. You know what time it is, man. Another installment of Red Cups and Rap, CWTFB Radio. Always sponsored by Details Car Audio and Auto Detailing, right on 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. That's on Route 138. I know you probably seen the free vacuums in the front. Run up in there, let them know Charlie sent you. We're going to keep you laced up on your interior, exterior detailing, window tinting. If you know somebody who tints, I got a job for you. That's sidebar, but we need a new tint guy. Car accessories, truck accessories, motorcycle accessories, all of the above, man. Details with a Z, right on Route 138, 925 Turnpike Street. Let them know Charlie sent you, and we'll take care of you, man. So today we have another. Oh, actually, you know, it's funny. Yo, look, let me see that. Yo, so shout out to Supreme Fonto. Supreme Fonto, man. There's some smokers in here, man. I'm looking at one right now. She hiding a motherfucker, right? But there's some smokers in here. For all the smokers, Supreme Fonto is a local brand. You can find it in some of your corner stores. I don't know exactly where, but I know it's in the hood. I know Diana Market and Hyde Park got it. I know there's some spots in Dorchester that got it, some spots in Mattapan that got it. I'm not sure if we go into the South Shore, North Shore, things of that nature, but this is my man's brand, and I'm not going to just co-sign it because it's my man. These some good Fontos, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to support black businesses, support a local brand, Supreme Fonto, shout out to them, man. They gave us some samples. You know, the guests could, leave with some stuff and things of that nature, right? I'm not going to open up the pack. That's too much work. You know what I mean? Supreme Fonto.
You can't zoom in.
Oh, yeah. And what I'm saying? Turn it around, sweetheart.
I'm Vanna White in this Fonto.
Turn it around.
But they want to see the actual.
But we want to see the logo, too.
All right. My bad. Label. Here's the label.
All right. So that's enough about Supreme Fonto. Shout out to Supreme Fonto, though. Yeah, I mean. But today we have another R&B artist in the building, man. Oh, by the way, if you're looking at what I'm wearing, I shot 2 episodes same day. All right, like I'm not that dirty nigga that's gonna wear the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, you know what I'm saying? Niggas are gonna be watching this shit like, yo, this nigga Chizz was wearing the same shit last episode.
It's a
nigga,
pandemic,
fuck, right?
It's a pandemic.
The pandemic has not hit us that hard, Tiny. All right. It has not hit us that hard.
But you got a washing machine.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Well, whatever, nigga. I'm just saying. I'm just letting niggas know, man. But actually, before we get to the artist, how was your last week? How was your week? How do you feel about, your debut on CWTFB Radio?
Oh, man. It was awesome.
Yeah?
It was like my abs. I got abs now.
You got abs now? Why is that?
Because we were laughing so much. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to the next few episodes.
Yeah? So you got some good questions tonight, y'all? Because your questions was kind of cliche and like cookie cutter last week, yo. You know what I mean? I know it comes with time.
You know what? I'm going to let the, you know what it is though? I be trying to go off the vibe of like the artist. So I'm going to just let the spirit move this week. The spirit move. Amen. Come on. Big Bells from the block. You got to come harder than that. I'll fuck with you. I wasn't ready.
If I'm going to give the artist shit, I got to give you shit too. You just got to be ready to give it back. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta get my stand up together.
All right. But yo, listen, man, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Tonight we have an artist here, R&B artist who I've been watching for a little while now. She has an amazing voice. I love what she's been able to do within the last couple years with her brand and her, linking with the right people, being in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of artists that during the quarantine, during the pandemic, some people took a step back, but not this one. She's been working through it. She's been promoting a lot of things online, doing a lot of different things, getting her business in order as well. And she was actually, offering a helping hand, teaching other people how to do the same thing, which I fucking completely respect and I love. I'm very excited to see what happens in 2021 with this artist. She's actually nominated for 2 BMA awards for 2020. So everybody and anybody, give a round of applause for Miss Eva Davenport. How you doing, baby?
I'm so good, thank you. That was an incredible introduction. Hi.
Who's he talking about? Yeah, we're talking about you, but how you doing?
I'm good. I feel really good to be here.
I'm glad.
Congratulations on this incredible podcast and all that y'all have been doing with this. It's really cool to be a part of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm happy that you're here, yo. So how's your last 7 days been?
They've been good. I just picked up my sister from the airport yesterday.
Okay.
So,
Where's she coming from?
Yesterday. What? I don't know about that. Today.
You know what you were doing before you got here.
She came from Colorado, so.
Okay. She picked up some good shit from Colorado, huh? I can tell. But we're gonna have some fun tonight, Eva. We're gonna have a lot of fun with, you know how we do over here. We talk shit, but we also get very serious about the artist as well. I respect your artistry, and if I didn't, you wouldn't be here. So for the people who don't know who Eva Davenport is, talk about who you are, your story in music, and how we got here.
Definitely, yeah. So I'm an R&B artist. I love putting together events, and writing music, performing is just like the love of my life. I started music. I mean, my family will just say that I've been singing like forever, but I started voice lessons when I was like 9 years old. I asked for voice lessons, and for my birthday, and I just stayed consistent with it up until high school. I went to Berklee College of Music for a little bit, so I started off in Rhode Island.
Super musical.
Yeah. I just love music. Like, I've loved like really studying the voice and like studying the theory behind it and just everything that has to do with it, and performing every chance I can.
Right.
So yeah, I started in Rhode Island.
That's where you're from? That's where you grew up?
I grew up in Rhode Island.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep, born and raised. I really liked it, honestly, because although when I leave Rhode Island, it's weird because now I'm like you can drive more than an hour in a state and that's acceptable.
Right.
Because that really confuses me.
I remember one time, do you know John Skino, the producer? Heartstoppers? I
don't.
But anyway, he's from out there. That's my guy. I was... when I used to rap, I met him in Providence, and he was like, "Oh, there's something going on with my equipment. We're about to go to this other studio. It's on the other side of the state." And we got in the car and drove for like 20 minutes, and we was on the other side of the state. And I was like, "Nigga, what? We're not still in Providence?" He was like, "Nah, we like damn near in Massachusetts." I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy," but
it's confusing.
So what was that like? Like integrating from being out there and coming over here?
It was, of course, like definitely really challenging at first. Yeah. I mean, I moved to Boston as a college student, so moving right from home to college. Right. And that transition was really tough. Like, I think a lot of first-time college students, freshmen, get like depressed in the beginning of, leaving their home and being on their own. And
I don't know. I can't relate. Tiny, what was it like?
Not me.
I didn't go to college.
Vacation. I was ready to go.
I went to college for a year.
And left.
You were ready.
Straight to Curry.
I went to community college, and it didn't really end well. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I started off at a 4-year, and then I finished at a 2-year.
Where'd you go to school?
Like, I started off at Curry.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Yeah. Nah, it really did though.
Damn, that's you know what it is, because Curry's like up the street from me. I grew up in Mattapan, so like niggas was like knocking off Curry bitches when we was in high school.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was never.
Yo, Chizz, you can relate, dog.
I wasn't one of them.
But anyway, my fault. I'm sorry. I'm talking to two women, and I'm like saying like, all right, my fault. I'm sorry. Continue, Eve. So you said it was kind of hard for you to, make that switch over from Providence.
Yeah, from Providence. Well, I was in Providence and Newport, all over Rhode Island. But yeah, from high school to college, of course, like, I think that's just a hard transitional period for everybody. But it was dope. I loved going to Berklee. I connected with some amazing people there. I started like performing in cover bands in Boston. So I actually started with a disco 70s funk cover band.
Okay, that's cool.
They like learned just like the most incredible music, right? Like things I had already heard. My mom would play on the radio and stuff. Like I knew this music, but like I had to really learn it, like Shaka Khan and like Prince and just like all these amazing, incredible
Sing your favorite
legends.
Song that you've covered from that era. On the spot right now, CWTFB Radio.
Ooh, your love's for real now. You know that your love is my love. My love is your love. Our love is here to stay. Hey, hey, hey.
Nigga, yeah! Motherfucking Eva Davenport. Okay, so that was fun. I can imagine how fun that was. What was that
so
like?
fun. Yeah. It's so fun. We actually just had our first show since quarantine because we haven't performed, of course, together since March.
I saw that.
Months.
Yeah.
Like, we're used to performing together a couple times a month. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we just had our first show in like 6 months last week. It was amazing at Soundcheck Studios in Pembroke.
What was that event called?
We just the band's called Booty Vortex. Shout out to Booty Vortex. Yes.
I have a gunshot
I didn't pick the name
drop for that, but I don't really know if that's appropriate for Booty Vortex.
How did that even?
They have literally been a band for like 17 years. And
introducing Booty Vortex to the stage.
Yo,
right.
I just
how do you bring that in, yo?
That's
funny.
It's interesting.
That's very interesting.
The fan base digs it, you know, so it's fun.
That's
it's really
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
So more about your personal life. Eva Davenport, is that your real name?
Yes.
Okay. Davenport. What's the ethnicity on that?
Well, I mean, you know, like...
Where your parents from?
My grandmother's, my Nana's native name is Broadwater, actually. So
Broadwater.
I'm Native American, I'm Cherokee,
okay.
and Sing Sing Native, and
okay.
I'm black and white as well. So okay. I'm a mixture of...
Your mom black? Your dad black? Who's black?
My dad's black and Native,
okay.
and my mom is white and Native as well.
So Davenport's your dad's name?
Yes.
Really? I thought you was gonna say like you was like Jewish or some shit. Like, I don't know, like Davenport. What does that sound like to you?
Nah, it don't sound like Jewish to me. Not at all.
But, no?
I don't know what it sounds like. Not Jewish.
I don't know. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Like,
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say like you're like Swedish or some shit. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Davenport? You don't think so?
Well,
like,
you know what? Honestly, when you started to talk, I thought you was gonna say your grandmother was like Irish or something like that. But then
Davenport,
it didn't. It didn't. Not even close.
Okay. I can see those.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't really know, honestly. Like, I do know that a Davenport is a fancy couch.
Really?
So.
Okay.
Well, the couch you're sitting on is fancy as well, so it's fitting.
It's very fitting is a good word. Fitting, right? Yeah.
It's not just a couch.
So your background is very musical, right? So you always loved music. Who were some of your early influences?
Well, my mom sang in a reggae band when she was pregnant with me.
Gunshot bullet!
So you from birth. Not even from birth, like conception. You was in there in that amniotic fluid just...
So you was probably... Yeah, you was in there dancing from jump. Amniotic fluid. Look at you.
I was. My mom will tell stories about, like, to me when she would bring me to festivals when I was little, I would just get up on stage and, like, dance.
That's
with
awesome.
The band. Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah. So you used to go to the shows as well, like her performances? And
yeah.
How old were you when you first started going with her to her performances?
She tells a story about when I was 2 years old. Wow. So, like, maybe younger than that, too. Wow. Yeah, she would bring me everywhere with me.
But where was your dad?
I mean, she would bring me everywhere with her.
No,
my dad was with her, too.
Okay, so it was a family thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just didn't feel like watching you until you was a certain age. You know, she was like, I'm going to just bring her with me.
She's like, why are they drilling me about my personal life, dude?
Well,
I thought you were Hispanic. No bullshit. Do you get that a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was just confused by your last name. Maybe that's why it was so like an anomaly to me. Like, you know, Hispanic people don't usually have names like Davenport. Yeah. But that's what's up though. My first time hearing you on a record was what was that record you did? Shit, I wrote it down. Bang Bang. My fault. Bang Bang. Yes. I seen the video. And it was giving me Amy Winehouse influences, like vibes. Like, I don't know if you got that off of that. So it's funny that I was just talking to my guy Giles, who's actually still in the building right now, and he mentioned if he could do a record with anybody, it would be Amy Winehouse and some other artists. Who do you feel like your like musical influences were, like besides your mom and things of that nature? Like, who do you feel like made, like, when you see an artist, you're like, damn, like, I want to do that. Like, that's some ill shit.
I have been listening to, so I feel like this changes all the time, right? Like constantly inspired by different artists, constantly like one of the first artists that got me into like the Boston music scene was Red Shaydez. With her,
I went
to yes, we have a collab together. Yep, she asked me to do a song with her.
Red Shaydez.
I was a fan first. You feel me?
Absolutely.
But I went to her EP release show for the Chillin' in the Shade EP.
Okay.
And I just like repeat that over and over again. That was so inspiring to me.
That's
right
dope.
now, yes. Right now, I've been listening to Jhené Aiko.
Okay, Jhené Aiko, yeah.
Yes, I've been listening to her most recent album. That is like,
you give me Jhené Aiko aura.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like very like, you know, holistic woman. Like you're very comfortable within yourself, very comfortable within spirituality and shit like that. Is that true? Like I don't know if it's just vibes that I'm getting.
No, I just feel like it too.
Do you concur?
I do. And the way that you know, I was lurking on your Instagram.
But it was for work.
Okay. It was for work.
It was for work. But I feel like I was telling Chizz earlier, I'm like, I feel like she rolls a blunt and sages her house. And like that was just about like I feel like you could do ASMR and like what is that? Like the meditation
niggas.
with the music.
Come on,
and
man.
like, you know, all of that.
I'm sorry, Tiny. Like you know what I mean?
It's okay.
That is so sweet.
No, seriously.
Run that back. I'm sorry. Like
okay.
I got some liquor in me, so like I don't really
What I had said was I feel like you could do ASMR. Have you ever thought of it? Just talking into the mic, like.
Do you know what ASMR is?
Yeah, do you know?
Well, you
people
just
be like,
explained to me,
Listen
so now I
to my
understand.
voice. It's very soothing. And also
got
listen to
you.
the sound on this cup.
Like the meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation
seriously.
vocals. Yeah, that would be really cool. I love
think
that.
you should do it. And you know, if
You have a very calming voice. I can agree with that. Yeah.
definitely.
Guys, my mom's a yoga teacher, and she
Listen.
just,
Of course
like,
she is.
She like connected me
Say.
spiritually with a lot of things growing
Did
up.
she used
so
to be a hippie?
I think so.
She might could have been.
Perhaps.
You have any siblings?
I do. I have 3 younger siblings.
Younger, all right, so you're the oldest.
You're the oldest.
So what's that like being the oldest, you know,
I was gonna ask.
and yeah, my fault. Just stole your shit.
It's
but-
fine. Whatever.
Was that like
That's
being
good.
the oldest and being the musician? Are any of the other siblings musicians?
They're all musical, actually. Like
Okay.
they all like my sister can sing.
Okay.
And she used to do musicals and things. She's in school for fashion design right now. So they all have like different interests, but they all have a musical
Some type of musical
connection.
background.
Yeah, both my brothers play instruments too. So
Everyone's an artist.
Okay.
yeah.
So how did the speaking of, you know, you did mention Red Shaydez. How did that record Come Here Little Baby come to be? Like how'd y'all, was it like y'all was in the studio just vibing out, or was it something that she said, I could hear you on this and, you know, here's what it is?
Yeah, she crafted her whole album. Like, I won't speak for her, but it seemed like she just crafted her whole album song by song. She knew exactly who she wanted for everything, like, and really just put it together in a really meaningful way. But she came to me with Come Here Little Baby early last year. I can't remember exactly when we recorded it, but it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. She had everything figured out. She knew exactly what she wanted me to sing, where to place it, and everything.
She wrote your lyrics? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yep, she wrote the lyrics.
Oh, Shaydez.
Yep.
Shout out to motherfucking Red Shaydez.
Yeah, she wrote everything for that, and we got to perform it together at Oompa's album release party for Cleo at the Sinclair.
Wow.
It was so lit.
That's dope.
It
That's
was
dope.
so cool. Oh my gosh, that was like
What's
the
that
most
like?
fun.
Like being like, do you still consider yourself a new artist?
I mean, I guess to some people. I mean, it all depends on, you know.
When did you like come on to this scene, like this Boston music scene?
Like the very end of 2017,
Okay.
basically. I started out with a band, and I started out booking for them, and I just kind of like learned the managing business side of things, like booking, you know, connecting with people, getting those connections, and then yeah, we broke off, and I just continued to book for myself as a solo artist. And yeah, 2018, 2019 was really awesome. Every year has been like full of more shows and events, you know, more like paying opportunities too as time goes on, which is everything. And yeah, just like dope opportunities to be able to, you know, collaborate with artists that I look up to, or like just like have a real talent that we can, you know, create on like a special level, like really make something magical and then put that out there. And it's just, everybody can enjoy it. Like, it's been really amazing.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you consider yourself to be a competitive person?
No, not really. I feel like I'm only in a competition with myself at the end of the day.
Very PC. Like,
and like, yeah. You know?
Yeah, very safe.
PC.
You know?
Very safe.
Because the reason why I asked is because I saw your interview with Maze Radio. And they asked, it was very hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah. Shout out to Maze Radio, man. Shout out Maze. Shout out Figs. Shout out Sir Ray. Shout out Beba. Shout out J Loso. Shout out the whole squad, man. Maze Radio, I love y'all. Well, you know what I mean. I use that word very loosely. But I forget what the exact question was. It was like I forget what it was, but it was like they asked you something about like being
it was about
better
comparing.
or comparing yourself to some other artists, and you were just more like, I just love everybody and we should all work together, and I just love you all.
Yeah, very kumbaya.
Yeah, like so.
Well, I mean, honestly, my answer to that, I answered that way because I don't want to be like comparing myself to other artists. Like, I mean, we are obviously inspired by other artists. You know, we're inspired by other people. We see other people perform. We listen to their words. We watch their performance. We, you know, see the way they talk to other people or the moves that they make. We're inspired by those things. But like, we're all individuals. You know, we're all like, I mean, I preach this all the time, but everybody has their own divine purpose in life. Everybody has their own passion that they're supposed to achieve, and it doesn't interfere with anybody else's. So like, it just doesn't make sense to like, you know, try to be better than or like compare to, you feel me? Because like, we're all
fuck that, man. Fuck the ops, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
I knew that was gonna happen. I could feel it.
R&B, y'all niggas ain't competitive enough, though. When I was watching the live versus, it was the Dream versus Sean Garrett. This nigga Sean Garrett was forcing it. You bitch ass nigga, like he was forcing it. And this nigga Dream was like, "Whoa, there, buddy. Like, you know, relax.
We're singing.
It's not that. Yeah, we're singers. Like, you know what I mean? We're songwriters. You know what I mean? So it's funny. I just. You know, caught that vibe from you, but you know, I mean, I'm just, you know, I come from rap, and rap is like, fuck that nigga, I'm better. Even if I like him, it's like he ain't better than me, right? Like that's what it came from. So it's
true, like battles, like freestyle battles, like
right. I ain't never seen an R&B
battle. I was about
battle.
to say, can you imagine an R&B battle?
That's
like
not
what?
A thing.
What would that be like?
Oh my
Singing
God.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, I guess it kind of does exist. Like singers like going back and forth, like, you know, trying to do like more runs than the other and stuff like that, but not like.
Have you ever seen Dave Chappelle's Block Party, the movie?
No.
With I believe there was a scene, I'm not sure, I might be misquoting, but where I saw it was Jill Scott on stage singing the words to You Got Me. That was sang by Erykah Badu. If you were worried about where I've been or who I saw, all right. And then Jill I love Jill Scott. Like I always tell my wife, like, yo, look, don't let Jill Scott around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing. It's a joke. It's a joke. Y'all women, stop. Okay? Shit.
I just said sir.
Wow, sir.
That is all I said.
Sir. Anyway, she was on the stage killing it, and then Erykah came out from backstage. I don't know if it was from that movie. I don't know. Can you? Am I misquoting where I saw this? but I did see it somewhere, and like you could tell Erica was kind of like mad about it, but she was still bigging her up, like, yeah, that's my sister and shit. But she was like, bitch, I sing this shit better than you. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like something like that would ever happen to you? As far as like sing off, you ain't singing this shit better than me. This is my shit. You know what I'm saying? Vocals.
Nah.
I knew that was gonna be the answer. I don't even see it because she's just so like.
I love everybody.
Your voice is so beautiful. It's my turn. Okay.
Colorado.
Here we go.
Colorado's finest. That's the effect right now, right? What questions you got for Eva, Tiny?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, I feel like I need to lay down and contemplate my life. You bring so much peace. It's not even funny. Like, throwing off my entire thought process right now. Like, it's ridiculous.
So, all right. So let's do this because I got some notes on Bang Bang. Right. What was the inspiration behind that record?
So actually, I'm so glad that you brought it back to that
Okay.
because it's crazy that you say Amy Winehouse because literally the beat that I found online was an Amy Winehouse type beat.
Wow.
Like,
so you found that on YouTube or something? Like it was
I
a YouTube
found a beat. Yeah, I found a beat on YouTube that I was just really inspired by, and
That's dope.
Just kind of like took those chords and then created a whole new beat.
That's fine.
Yeah, so that's really crazy that you actually like connected that.
I love music and I love Amy Winehouse.
Wow.
You know, and you know, it's funny. What made me get into Amy Winehouse was hearing her on not hearing her on something, but it was Ghostface on the remix to to her record. What's that shit? You know that I'm no good, right? Mm-hmm. I can't sing, obviously, but I was really inspired by her sound because it sounded like vintage, almost like like the way that she sang, and I loved Amy Winehouse like wholeheartedly, and I started looking into her music like really hard, and then she fucking died. And like it was like the tenure of me being interested in her music was very short lived. So like when I heard that Bang Bang record, it kind of brought me there, and I was like, yo, this is very refreshing. I like this.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, I felt like that record had a little bit of, there was a lot of passion in there. Mm-hmm. I felt like you felt those lyrics. So what happened? You know, what happened? Like, why did you write that song? Like,
thank you for asking that. Honestly, people always ask me about that song because it is a really, really like, it's like a heartbreak song.
I was gonna say that like, you made the song cry. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So it's just like you can.
Oh, wow. You gotta love
almost
Eva,
like you hear a song and you're just like I can relate to the lyrics, and I know that you can relate to the lyrics personally just by the way that you put the record down. You know what I mean? People can sing a song and you don't feel a damn thing.
Right.
But like with that song, I was just like, yeah, I know he broke your heart, girl. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think like, I don't know how to explain it, but every time that I sing, I just try to like get my brain into the vibe of that song, the exact like feeling of that. Sometimes when I'm performing at a live show, it's a little bit harder because there's a lot more distraction and things going on. Like you can't like kind of like quiet your mind to be like, okay, here's the mode you need to be in. But like when recording, I can like really get myself there, and like I always just put myself in that place. So honestly, that song, I wrote it real fast. Like I heard the beat I was just like scrolling through YouTube beats. I heard that beat. It just like caught me instantly, and I just like pressed record on my phone and recorded it. And I pretty much had most of the lyrics like the first time I recorded it. I like went back and like edited a little bit,
That's
know.
Dope.
So it was coming from like definitely feelings that I had felt, but it wasn't like a storyline that was like specific to my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's really interesting because people always ask me about that song and like what like the feeling was. And yeah, it's just like pulling from, you know, heartbreak, from like just like sad heart-wrenching moments, whatever.
Why is that the story?
That doesn't always mean that it's from a relationship, because there's plenty of people that can disappoint you and break your heart besides a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that with the album. But we're gonna get into that a little later.
With the album.
What with that? I mean, did you EP? I mean, would you consider it an album, EP, letters to self?
I call it both, but I call it an EP most of the time because it's a short, you know, it's a 5-song project. So.
Right. You know, and you got an interlude on there as well.
Yeah.
So walk us through that, letters to self. Like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, thank you. Well, I have a CD here with me. I don't know if you guys can like zoom in or whatever.
Shout out Eva Davenport, letters to self, baby. Yeah, she was hard. She was She was hard, but it was smooth at the same time. Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's awesome. Like, it's amazing. Like, actually having like a physical CD.
I was just gonna say, they still do that.
Yeah,
like, this feels like magical to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when I first got these in the mail, I cried. I was so happy. I was like I'm literally looking at, you know, this project that like I drew this album cover on, you know, lined pieces of paper.
Wow.
Like, I drew the flowers and like where I was gonna be sitting and like the earth above my head and where I wanted the words and placement, and like now I actually get to look at it
now in
real life. So it's
that's so fun. You must be fairly young. I mean, like, because when we was making music 10 years ago, when niggas was printing up CDs, like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was in my late teens, early 20s, you know what I mean, making music. That was it.
It wasn't like that. It was that black case. You wrote whatever you wanted to in marker.
The album art was hard, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, it wasn't as eloquent as that, like, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You had like 1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? You had a shit ton of them. Ask my sister, she in the building, like, had the fucking burner CPU, burning 10 of them at the same damn time. Yo, times done changed. And that switch from that to DSPs to where we are now, we had such a hard time with that shit. You know what I mean? So like, seeing people break out and you know, with one project, I think it's amazing. And just listening to the music and now meeting you in person, I feel like you really gave people a piece of yourself with this. No, for real. I wanted to hear more, to be honest. I was like disappointed that it was so short.
I got more.
I listened to that like over and over and over again, and I was like, all right, there's no more left.
Right. I was like, this is it.
That's it.
Guys.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah, my wife was like, yo, who's this? And I was like, Eva Davenport. She said, okay, she sounds good, right? And I see you had another feature with Red Shaydez.
Yes.
So how did that come to be? Was it just more like, yo, look, I want to work with you again? Or was it like an organic type vibe that y'all was just together and it kind of happened?
So actually we can kind of like rewind back to when I had said that Red Shaydez got me into the kind of Boston music scene. Like,
yes.
She was kind of one of the first artists that I became a fan of in the scene. And after going to her EP release party, I was just so inspired to do it myself. Honestly,
she's such a professional. It's crazy.
She's incredible, and not only is she doing amazing things for herself, but also teaching other people how to do the same thing. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, that is like gold. That is just pure gold. So, yeah, that inspired me basically to, I was like, I can do this too. Basically, after I went to that EP release show, I was like, wow, like this is really possible. She rented out this space. She, you know, brought people together, and she has her own merch. She dropped a CD. Like that was my first time seeing a local artist do all of those things.
Right.
So, yeah, that really, really inspired me. And I just kept going to more shows and seeing other artists doing the same things, seeing, you know, their work ethic and the shows that they were a part of and connecting with those people. But yeah, that was the reason basically why I wanted to have Red Shaydez as the only feature on Letters to Self.
Like a homage thing?
Well, I mean, it just felt right to me.
Right.
It just felt right to me. That was the only song that I wanted a feature on. I knew that I wanted to have her feature on it, but I was nervous to ask. I didn't ask for like 6 months, like a long time. I waited so long to ask. I just felt nervous. I felt like I wanted the song to be perfect when I sent it. I felt confident like in my own music, and like I felt, you know, really good about things for myself, but it's different when you send it off to somebody else. You never know, like, you know,
if they're gonna feel
now,
it.
did you write her lyrics?
No.
Oh, I guess she's a rapper. You know, that's kind of like
I sent that over.
Like, yo, Shades, you didn't write them Johns, yo. No, I'm playing.
She wrote that amazing verse and included, you know, words and things that I was talking about throughout the song, and it was just the most perfect collab I could have ever asked for.
Do you remember Shades from OB?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, OB has some. We all went to the same high school.
Man, OB got some, a whole lot of gems that came out of OB.
Everything has to be so raw with me. I'm sorry. Am I taking you out your vibe? No.
I don't think anybody could take her out her vibe.
Not at
honestly.
all. Not at all.
But I was gonna say, you rapped a little bit too on.
I do a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
She could have wrote her lyrics if she wanted to.
That's kind of like taboo with rappers. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one thing if you like, you know what I mean? If you're, say, an R&B artist and somebody writes some bars for you, it's a little different than you being a lyricist. Like, Shades is a lyricist. Yeah. It's not like she's like one of these studio rappers that like, you know, she gets into the booth and then it's like, you know, all cookie cutter and bullshit. No. But like, she's a lyricist. So like, I can't imagine her allowing somebody to write a whole 16 for her. Maybe a little like, yo, you should have said it like this instead of like that. But like, I can't imagine her being like, oh, word, this is what you thought of? Like, nah, I can't see that coming from Shades, like, ever. You know what I mean? And if she did, then we're gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, our song "Come Here, Little Baby" was like the only song I've ever done that somebody else wrote.
I was gonna ask you that
chorus for me because you know, she came to me with the full idea already, so I was like, okay, word, this is dope. But yeah.
Well, I mean, are you open to somebody else writing your lyrics in the future, or because I know there's a lot of artists that they naturally will write their own lyrics, but sometimes there's somebody who has a little bit more experience than you, and they're like, no, I know your voice will go well with this. And obviously as an artist you do have the freedom to be like, this don't really sound like me, you know, maybe we could change this here and there. But are you open to somebody else writing lyrics for you if that it doesn't compromise who you are and what you represent,
your
as far
artistic
as like,
value?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to it. Yeah.
Are you a songwriter yourself? Do you?
To whatever. I am. Yes.
You write for
I'm
other
a
people?
Songwriter. I haven't really yet, but I would love to. I would love to. I take a lot of pride in, like, you know, writing the music that I sing. Right. So, I don't know. It would all depend, you know. It would depend on the song, the lyrics. Yeah. All of that, and like what the artist and just everything stands for as well too, because that's important to me. So, yeah.
I feel mad at Ease talking to Eva, yo.
Dude. Yo, I'm telling you.
And you like come like bring my like just put my son to bed every night, like just read him a bedtime story or something. You know what I mean? Like Adonis.
Seriously, that's what I'm telling you, girl. Get into this meditation. Record it. Oh, sell it on the app.
That's a good idea.
Give us 10% because we, we're pushing it.
She said 10%.
I mean, she knows about splits and shit like that. 10 is kind of crazy. I mean, 7.5. But anyway, so. Let's
get her another drink before we negotiate.
Let's talk about accolades, yo. So we mentioned the BMAs earlier, very briefly. How does it feel to have 2 nominations for one for R&B Artist of the Year and another for Vocalist of the Year in the BMAs, especially now that there's such a heavy condensed pool of artistry coming out this region? Like, how did that feel like to be nominated for those 2 prestigious awards out here?
Well, I don't know if I'm like really able to put in words, I guess, how it feels. It was a huge goal of mine. I went to the Boston Music Awards last year for the first time. And I had actually really wanted to go to the 2018 one, but I wasn't able to make it. But I went to the 2019. I took off work. I didn't go. I had a gig that night. I didn't go to my gig. I was like, no, I'm going to the Boston Music Awards.
Going to the BMAs.
Because I really wanted to go. And I went, and it was incredible. And not only was like, I was just having the time of my life, but also so many different people said to me, like, you're going to be nominated next year.
Wow.
And was
people who were running the show?
No.
I don't think. Like,
maybe,
I don't know,
maybe
man.
a couple people who were a part of, like, the nomination pool.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just really reassuring and incredible to hear that from other people, just like hanging out in an event, like they're like, just so like you'll be up there next year. I'm like
and then when it happened,
and I saw the R&B nomination first, and I just like freaked out and was really, really excited. And I didn't even realize the Vocalist nomination until a little bit later. And when I saw that, I just cried my eyes out. I just cried. You're like, I can see you crying. No, but really, like, I cry. I can cry. It's fine.
On demand, cry right now.
I could. I can act too. Don't play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Multi-talented.
But
I think that Vocalist of the Year is a bigger deal than R&B Artist of the Year.
It just like
for the type of music
like
that you make.
Incredible. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I felt that. It was just an incredible honor to be recognized for those things, because I've been working so hard at them for so long. So like, to have been doing voice lessons since I was 9 years old, like consistently just loving voice and trying to study in every way, going to Berkeley, like working with every kind of different bands that I could, doing every different kind of show I could possibly perform at. Like, it just felt so amazing to be recognized for those things. So it just feels like a sign that like you're doing the right thing. Like everybody's gonna see, and like it doesn't even matter if they don't, because at least like somebody does, like somebody did, and like somebody recognized it, and that just feels amazing. Even if it was just one person who like wanted me to be nominated, that is incredible. So yeah, to actually be nominated that's
a big
wild
deal. Shout out to the nominations, BMAs. I didn't get nominated for Podcast of the Year, so I mean, I don't know.
It's coming.
Motherfuckers wasn't paying attention this year. 2020, niggas wasn't paying attention in 2020. That's all I'm saying, man. Who are these people?
Come through, we out here.
I mean, who's the people who's running these award shows?
CWTFB radio.
You fucking feel me?
The haters. It's the haters.
I ain't tripping.
I wanted to ask you.
I'm the voice of the streets, nigga. That's why.
That is a special part, though, honestly, because there's so many people who deserve to be nominated. Like, there's so many incredible artists.
But I'm really in the streets, Eva. I'm really out here.
I see you.
I'm in the streets.
I see you.
Nah, fuck with you.
I see you working hard. Okay.
I'm fucking with you.
For real, though. There's so many amazing, like, people who deserve to be nominated. So
no, look, sorry, you were about to say something. You were about to say something serious.
Go ahead.
So R&B Artist of the Year. Look, because the Vocalist, I don't really know these names like that. I'm not going to front. I think being a vocalist is more important than being an R&B artist for the type of music that you make, right? Because you can tell that you take pride in your voice and you know, displaying your range and things of that nature. You like to play with the notes. So as far as the people on that list, I can't really say like, you know, this nigga's Aaron Garcia. I'm sorry, like the only other name I've heard about was, I can't say it, Anjamili.
Yes.
How do you say it? I
don't know exactly.
I've seen the name on paper and I've heard her on a record.
I think it's Anjamil.
Anjamil, okay. I've heard her on a record, and I liked what I heard. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I really don't know these other people. But when you're looking at R&B Artists of the Year, these are people who was fucking lit. So to be on this list with these people, Sean Wire, Ava Sophia, Kay. We were just talking about Kay with Punky the Singer. Marcella Cruz, who's I've been watching for like damn near 10 years. Miranda Ray, Najee Janey, Nancia, Ray Royale, Sleeping Bella. So to be amongst those artists, that's a huge feat. So
that's incredible.
I'm super proud of you. Keep putting them foot on next, yo, and don't be fucking scared to talk shit, dog.
I feel like she's putting hands on shoulders, rubbing them. I don't think she's putting foots on necks. She's too peaceful for that.
Yeah, we don't need to do this. Okay.
Why?
She's giving
hugs. It's CWTFB radio. You know the funny thing. All right, so I'm gonna give you all a drop. This is an exclusive right here. So CWTFB, right? 5 letters. It used to mean something different prior. I don't know if you looked into it, right? But when I seen those 5 letters, and I said I'm gonna turn it into something super positive. Choose what the future brings. Which brought me, when I was coming up with that, it brought me to ASAP Rocky, ASAP Mob. Always strive and prosper. I don't know if you knew what that meant. ASAP. I don't know if y'all know what that meant.
I was a big like.
But these niggas made some hard ass music, though, right? So that's kind of the same vibe that I want to bring here, right? It's like very positive. I'm not trying to, tear anybody down, but come up here and talk your shit, girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
talk that shit.
definitely.
You know you got it, so fucking talk that shit.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. You gonna make a song called Bang, Bang and not popping off.
Right.
Pop off. Pop off.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking pop off.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. You like Aaliyah?
I do.
Yeah? What's your favorite record by Aaliyah?
Boy, I've been watching you like a hawk in the sky.
Yeah.
And you were my prey.
My prey.
Boy, I promise you. Keep moving.
Okay, I don't want to get like sued copyright and shit.
Yeah,
I mean, but you got that, girl.
If I let this go. Everybody's looking over here. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Nothing. I hope you're responsible. Sound
Okay.
like just anybody.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Motherfucking Eva Davenport. Yo, what? Somebody just said my name? Oh, I thought I heard Chizz. Yeah, my fault. These headphones. I thought somebody said, yo, Chizz. Yeah, I'm sorry. My fault. But, all right, so back to the BMAs.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. The reason why I love what the BMAs are doing is because they didn't accurately, they weren't paying attention to niggas for a very, very long time. And when I say niggas, I mean black people, right? So let it be male, let it be female, whatever. Up until a few years back, they started actually, finding out a few new names that are doing their thing. And when I say new, I mean like 5 years back till now, right? 2015 to 2020. I don't know if you agree with that, but do you feel like right now at this point, the BMAs have an accurate depiction of what's going on in the region? The people running the BMAs, at least.
Well, I definitely can't speak for anything before like 2018. Basically, it was like I really didn't know what was up, you know. Right. I just wasn't aware of like the local music scene here, so. Right. I didn't know about the Boston Music Awards before 2018.
Right. A lot of people didn't.
You know, honestly, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because they started pulling, you know, Black artists in. So obviously we would become more aware of it throughout these years now, right?
Now, no bullshit.
I mean,
look, I love what they're doing now.
That makes sense, though. I mean,
I love what they're doing now. So I'm not going to take anything away from them. But they've been around since 1989. 1989. That's when I was born. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of the BMAs up until 2015.
Wow. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I've been like in this scene for a while. You know what I mean? Like I recorded my first record when I was 14 years old. This is 2004. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't even know there was a fucking Boston Music Awards then. Smoke Bolger riding in the car. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Smoke Bolger on the radio and I'm like, oh shit. You know, learning about my almighty RSO, Benzino, Made Men, all these guys. I've never heard any of these people mention the BMAs. How is that possible? So I love the growth. I love how we got to where we are. So I just hope that the people who are running it just pay attention to what's happening. You know what I mean? Pay attention.
Yeah.
To the people who are putting the work in. Well, to the people.
I would actually like to shout out my girl Eva Sophia. Because she's nominated for 2 Boston Music Awards as well. Okay. And she let me know that she had nominated me.
That's dope.
Beforehand, you know, before the nominations came out. And she told me basically anybody can sign up to nominate people for the Boston Music Awards.
Really? So if you don't know about it, then you can't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, right? Like it's about like knowing, you know, and granted, like definitely people like have their own communities, whatever. It's like maybe this was like something else before and now they're letting more people are finding out about it. So they're able to share it with their people, you know? Right. But yeah, like next year, like everybody needs to just look into the Boston Music Awards like nominees and just nominate people. Like we all just need to
everybody in this room needs to nominate CWTFB Radio.
You know?
How many times from 10 different email accounts?
No, dead ass.
That's facts, you know? Like everybody's we gotta go out there and nominate our people.
Yeah,
so they know, you know, who's popping and stuff, because like you can't know if you're not in that scene. You know what I mean? Like so.
You know, but the competition thing is crazy because it's like when you go against the people that you respect and you love, it's like I want to win, but I don't want you to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. I don't want anybody in the R&B category to lose. So like I love all these people. Like
say you do win, it's like yeah, nigga, heart. What up? Nigga, I'm out here, nigga. Fuck you talking about Vocalist, bitch. No, I'm out here vocals. Chords, strings, we brings melody,
all the love.
G-funk, no play. I'm litty. I'm off the dawn, man. I'm off the dawn. Any questions? Any more questions you got for? I know you got. My fault. I've been talking a lot. My fault.
You said yes.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
It's fine.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
It's fine.
Nah.
The one question
over to you, Tiny,
was so you. First of all, what was the music scene like in Rhode Island?
Trash. I'm playing. I'm sorry. Shout out. This is some dope artists from Rhode Island. I'm talking like shit. I'm lit. Like who? John Skino and the Hot Stoppers for one. They're great producers.
Okay.
Cam Bells. Huh? A-Rab music? Like Soulja Boy's mix?
Very cool.
Really? D Gomes? A-Rab music? Okay, they got some niggas. They got some shit.
Yeah, Lily, I heard
who's the nigga that Av was talking about? Whatever, man. Look, I'm talking shit. I literally crashed down. Yo, shout out to John Skino. because only my friends allow me to do shit like this. Like we leave here lit as fuck one night after a party, and then we go to John Skino's recording session, and we're talking shit to his fucking artist that he's recording, and we're like, "Fuck you, Providence niggas, dog. Y'all niggas suck." Like, yeah, just. But they was good about it. But you know what I mean? It was, if it was anybody else, it probably would have turned to something crazy. But they was good. They knew we was just drunk and talking shit. But we be having fun, man. CWTFB Radio. Choose what the future brings. We positive. We love everybody. Yeah. Anyway, what was the music scene like in Providence?
I was only in Providence as a high school student.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, like I wasn't like going out to bars and clubs and like shows and things like that at that time, really. But I was performing. I was a part of a girl group in high school. It was actually like an internship from my school. So I went to the Met High School, and they have a campus in Newport and in Providence.
Okay.
And it's basically like called a real world learning school. So you go to an internship 2 days a week.
What does that mean? The
real world?
The real world.
It's like the real world Las Vegas. It's like basically you geared towards like what you really want to do when you leave high school. So it's not about like, doing like the regular classes that you do in normal public high school.
Right. It's
really geared towards like your interests and what you want to do, as an adult.
Like almost vocational, but not really hands-on.
Well, it was really hands-on. Like, okay. So basically, like, you could do whatever kind of internship you wanted. Like, some kids, went to work with a mechanic, and they literally left high school, like, all set to, like, work as a mechanic. Okay. Like, literally didn't have to, do any college or anything for it. Like, so it was great for anybody, really. I loved the program. But yeah, I was my internship was a program at the Providence Met campus. And it was really dope. Yeah. I loved it. I sang, I wrote original songs, worked in the studio, and we performed for like a bunch of different city events in Providence. Like we performed for like the mayor's events and like walk for breast cancer and like different like big events. So they would have like a nice stage set up and like a whole like festival situation.
Okay. I like
lots of cool stuff like that.
That does sound cool.
So
makes our fucking high school experience sound shitty though.
It was amazing.
School of Mathematics and Science.
It's mathematics and science. That makes it sound like fucking squares. You know what I'm saying? Like, the School of Mathematics and Science, the John D. O'Brien. Nobody even knows who that is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
He's a black man. That's all I know.
Yeah, fucking square looking nigga. But I'm gonna stop. It's the dawn.
I actually know somebody who's like a descendant of him.
Yeah? It's like, anyway. Shout out to the O'Brien family. I keep talking shit and taking it back.
Don't take it back. Talk your ish.
I gotta own my shit, right? I own my shit, right?
Say it and mean it.
All right, y'all are going crazy with the background noise though. Like y'all really don't give a fuck, huh? Like y'all don't care. Y'all don't care.
No respect.
Everybody's lit.
Kick them out.
Yeah, wow. Bert, can you give me some ice, please?
Can you give me some ice?
This is my sister. Yeah, we got a lot of love in here, man. We got mad love. Poppy, what's Poppy? Poppy, fucking champagne Poppy. Y'all seen Shotters? Never seen that movie, Shotters?
No.
Poppy, champagne.
He does love champagne, though.
Rest in peace, Teddy Bruckshot. Denisha in the building, my man Ocho in the building, Ruben in the building, the loudest nigga in the building. Yeah, Master Barber. Yeah, we all right. Yeah. We got Dawn for Prez on the photography. My man Brian Angel on the videography. My man Marcos in the building. Big Hovey in the building. We got Van Buren Records in the building. Shout out Van Buren Records. My man E. My man Giles in the building. Me alongside Melanin Poppin'. Big Bells from the block.
Yeah, I like that. That's the next episode. That's how we're going to introduce me.
Oh yeah,
Melanin
Poppin'.
That's how you going to introduce me. That's how you're going to introduce me. Like, that's how you introduce me.
And we talking to Eva Davenport. So what were we at?
What I was gonna ask was that before I asked what the music scene was like in Rhode Island, and Charlie said it sucked. What I was gonna ask was, it seems like you've been exposed to a whole lot of different genres of music.
Yeah.
Especially going to Berklee College of Music, I know that you've probably been exposed to different types of music during your career there. Was there a specific genre of music that you kind of fell in love with?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, R&B, soul, blues, you know, those are really the ones, like R&B, soul, and blues. Neo soul as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, neo soul is a huge inspiration for me. Artists like Indiari, Erykah Badu, you know, Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill. Yeah, they have inspired me a ton. Yeah. But yeah, really R&B. Really R&B. I mean, like, many of the genres around that too. But, like, it's been awesome. Like, it's been incredible to... I sang with this is a fun fact, I sang with a rock band.
Really?
For a little while.
What kind of rock?
I was the lead singer of like classic pop, like the most popular rock from like 50s to like 2000s. We would play
like some Nirvana
club, bar
shit?
shows. Yep.
Really?
We would do, yep. All those types of songs, like just rock. It was a rock, like pop rock band.
Well, how many bands have you been in, sis?
I have been in over 17 bands.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
Oh, you don't play around.
Not like been like officially a part of, but I've worked with like over 17 bands like professionally.
What's the hottest band in Massachusetts that you work with that you want to shout out right now? Come on, let's go.
Well, I gotta shout out Booty Vortex. Honestly, I
Booty
love them
Vortex.
so much. They're so fun.
Shout
like,
out Booty Vortex.
They really are 70s disco funk. That's my band. I've been with them since I was 19 years old. Like I joined when I was like a sophomore in college.
Okay.
And
when did you graduate college?
I did not graduate college.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you just like me. Hey.
You don't gotta graduate to be successful.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I went for a couple years and I made some amazing connections at Berklee. And yeah, I just felt like I was already working in the field and I didn't want to pay for another year of tuition. So
because you was considered an out-of-state student too. Right?
I wasn't because my family moved to Mass a year before I ended up going to school here. So
what did you major?
My mom was really smart about it.
That's good.
I majored in the like build your own major at Berklee. It's called professional music.
Okay.
And I combined songwriting, performance, and music business into that major. So
what do you feel like you're using the most of now in real life as an adult?
Definitely the business skills that I learned, although the songwriting skills were amazing as well. The performance stuff just comes with, you know, practice and doing it, literally going out to the shows, performing, taking advantage of opportunities. That's where like all the performance skills come from.
Right.
I don't know. I never took like any like performance based classes, but I took, you know, voice lessons, but I was really used to taking that because I had been doing it all since I was in elementary school. So yeah, the business, I had some incredible business classes at Berklee and just like really learned how to communicate with booking agents and, you know, just communicate as a manager, just be able to manage my own product and put myself in the right places, connect with the right people, get press and promotion, different things like that. So yeah.
So Lettuce Itself. Actually, I'm going to ask you this. What was your favorite record off of Lettuce Itself?
Bang Bang was my favorite.
That wasn't on Lettuce Itself.
For real?
It was not. Damn.
We gonna cut that out. Damn.
Damn.
Cut that out. Honestly.
Wow, Tiny.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's a journalist faux pas right there.
Like, because you know what I was doing? I was just listening to all of your things.
And it kind of meshed together.
Yeah, and then there's a song that I really, really liked called Boy Meets.
Oh,
there's a rap artist on
Girl.
it. I really like that song.
Thank you.
Boy Meets Girl.
Yeah.
Whose record is that? That's yours?
That's Gio's record, actually.
G.O.D.?
Gio Da Vinci, yes.
I like that record.
That just came out.
Gio Da Vinci. Not G.O.D.
No.
Gio Da Vinci, the Spanish cat?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Gio Da Vinci. Yeah.
Yes.
Really? I haven't heard that one. What's it called?
Boy Meets Girl.
Boy Meets Girl. When did that come out? That just recently came out?
That just dropped last week.
Oh, okay.
Week before on his EP.
Hey.
Yeah, he just dropped an EP. So yeah, shout out to Gio.
Redeemed.
Yeah, he reached out to me to be a part of that record, and that was really dope. I've been working on actually a lot of collaborations during quarantine. I'm really excited,
I'm excited
to share those with you guys.
Okay.
Like, this was the first one to drop so far, but I've got like 5-6 like dope collabs in the works right now.
I really like that record because I feel like you did a lot more like harmonizing and like background vocals than on some of the other records. So I really enjoyed that one.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's talk about Lesson. Lesson off of Letters to Self. It was the most, I feel like it was the most personal record off the EP. Where'd that come from? Like, what inspired you to write that?
Lesson was maybe, I like what you say about the most personal. I would say more like the most like emotional.
Yeah, definitely.
It really like took a lot to record that song.
I can hear it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
Fire. I love that record. I played it back. I heard it for the first time, played it back like 3 times.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you.
No bullshit.
That means a lot to me. Word.
So where did that bring you, like writing that
Starts
record? Like,
crying.
cue in tears, right?
Lesson actually was inspired by my little sister going to college. That just makes me emotional. Like, I'm a Virgo. I'm very much like motherly energy. Yes, my Virgos. What's up?
I'm a Libra, but whatever.
I'm all about Libra. One of my best friends was a Libra, yes. Yeah, so I'm all about the motherly energy. I'm, I just
Protective.
love my siblings a lot.
Yeah.
And the fact that my sister was leaving home and going to college, it made me emotional, really emotional.
Right.
So, yeah, it was just like, damn, like, we're here and like, we've lived all these different experiences in life. And I was just thinking about the fact that like, some people don't get to have those experiences with people who they thought were supposed to be there. Like, they expected them to be there. So I was just thinking about that perspective and, having like an experience, like an amazing experience, a graduation or like a wedding or like, something like that. And just thinking about, I don't know, people who are supposed to be there and who weren't, basically was like the basis of Lesson. And it got really deep and personal too,
Love that record.
Thank you. Yeah, please listen to it. I love Lesson.
Yeah.
I love all the songs on the project, of course. Like, I think that's the most important. You gotta love your music,
Absolutely.
first. Like, you gotta love it to share it. So.
Have you felt like you ever dropped something that you were like, but everybody was pushing you to drop it because they liked it?
Well, no.
No.
I mean, definitely not with my own projects. I think I've been collaborating more. Like, I've been learning a lot more, right?
Okay.
Every collaboration, like, just like booking like shows, for instance. Like, every time you book a show, like, you just learn more from it. You learn how to negotiate things. You learn how to explain certain things in advance because after the fact, it's too late to say something about it. So yeah, with like collaborations and stuff, like sometimes like there have been things on collabs that like maybe I wanted to be different, but it wasn't exactly my project, or like, I was already paid for it or whatever. So I didn't really say that I wanted this to be different.
Right.
So things like that have happened. But yeah, you know, for my own songs, for my own projects, and everything that I've dropped myself, I'm like 100% on.
It's all me.
Yeah, I'm 100% happy
Sensitive
with.
about my shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you gotta be like, you gotta know that is perfect for you. You know what I mean? Like, you have your own like perfect, and that is like giving the song exactly what it needs. Right.
What's the most reflective record you felt like you've ever made about you and your life?
Handle It.
Handle It. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the joint with Red Shaydez on, right?
Yeah. Okay. Handle It.
And what brought you there?
I don't remember. I think really like listening, I just am inspired. Like my EP project. So I write music a lot of different ways. Like sometimes I'll write music. I'll just, you know, a melody and lyrics will come to me and I'll just record it on my phone or write down the lyrics and like record the melody to make sure that I have that melody still so I don't forget it. Because, you know, if you don't record it, and it'll
lose that shit.
Yeah, it's just gone. And then sometimes I will write to beats. Like I'll just listen to the beat and like start recording on my phone and start singing the melody. Words will come to my brain, whatever. Or like I'll just start writing those lyrics too. So this whole project was written to music. So I wasn't like writing a melody and lyrics and then creating the music after the fact. Yeah, like all the music was, I was listening to it for the first time and, you know, I came up with an idea and then I finished the songs based off of that. So that's the way that this project came together, and that was the way that it was most possible for me to do it, because if I had been trying to produce records for melody and lyrics that I had written, it just would have costed a lot more. It would have been, you know, it just would have been a lot more work. So it was
produce? Like
I don't produce. No? Okay. Exactly. Yeah. If I produced or if I, you know, played an instrument really well, then I would definitely work on those things myself. But I've just really dove into like the lanes of, you know, songwriting and artistry, of course, and then like managing and like promotion, all that stuff, and then like event planning. Those are like my lanes right now. I love those lanes. I don't really want to dive into producing. I don't think that that's not really my thing.
Right. I don't have the patience for that shit.
Yeah.
That shit drive me crazy.
Yeah. Yo. It's intense, especially engineer, like mixing. I could never. Wow. It just takes so much time.
Fuck that. It sucks.
You have to listen to the song over and over again. You know, it's a lot of work. Shout out to the engineers.
Word. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
That's why they get paid.
Now, do you listen to your work afterwards? Like, do you listen to your own music? Because I know a lot of people don't like to do that. They don't like to hear themselves.
I want to hear what you say, yeah.
I was literally about to say, actually, I'm glad that you said that, because you asked me, like, what was the most reflective song? I said, Handle It. I will listen to that song, like, when I just feel in a place of, literally the first words in that song are wake up. Like, wake up, baby girl, it's almost noon. Like, I'm like talking to myself, I'm like, get out of bed. Like, you know, like, get yourself up. Like, stop doing whatever you're doing to distract yourself from what you actually need to do to, you know, achieve your goals, basically, is that song.
Right.
So, like, that song is just like a real letter to self.
Right.
It really is. It really just like clicks me out of the mood when I hear that song. If I'm in a bad place, like, sometimes I don't remember, you know, but sometimes I do, and I'll play that song, and it's awesome. It's awesome to, you know, have music out that I can just like look up on any platform and like play my track. Like,
Big Eva. Big Eva.
It feels really special. I know this is like what artistry is about, right? But like, I'm just blessed and thankful for every moment along the way, every part, and I can't wait to just keep releasing more music. And
I'm excited.
Thank you.
I want to hear some new shit, cause I didn't listen to that shit in like mad Yeah, I mean, it's 5 tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, stop, yo. I want to hear some more shit, right? You know what I mean? Like, you could listen to that shit real fast, right? I want to hear some more shit.
I did drop a new song. I dropped
Trill.
Yeah.
Okay, you said he already knows. Yeah.
I heard Trill. That was like the first song I heard before I even listened to the EP.
Yes.
Why Trill?
So Trill. Well, I dropped Trill in July. July 2020. I dropped this song. I recorded it in 2018.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So the recording from 2018 is what I just dropped this year.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Timeless music.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I really love that record. I felt like it was ready. And I was just saving it for my album, honestly. And pandemic hit and all my shows got canceled. Like literally like 20, 30 shows. Oof. Just like, whoop.
That's fucking defeating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you
20, 30 shows.
Oh, you know.
I mean there was
a couple times.
I'm sure it's a roller coaster of emotions when that happened.
Like all of us, okay? Because
everyone.
This has hit all of us in such a crazy way. Like this pandemic is just literally changing the course of the way that the world works. So we all have to kind of like, you know, come back inward ourselves and figure out what we're gonna do next. Like what really means the most to us, what is gonna make us happy, you know, what's gonna keep us like in these times. Mad people are like losing their jobs. It's just a really unbalanced time. We gotta like, you know, figure out what we're gonna do. But yeah, when pandemic hit, basically I just began to feel so disconnected, like from being like performing, you know, being used to like singing to a crowd of people like a couple times a week. And then it's just like, now I don't get to see anybody at all ever.
Now you want to
never mind like perform for anybody. Like just so I was just really like aching to reconnect with people, and I decided to drop a song.
Okay.
And Trill was ready. I felt confident in releasing it. I felt like it was different, really different from the Letters to Self project. I didn't actually have any love songs on that project at all. You know, so to drop something like that, I felt like people would get another kind of flavor of my music, you know, get a new idea of like the type of stuff that I create. And people who have seen me perform live like definitely know already. They know, you know, that I have lots of love songs and stuff like that. But anybody who hasn't wouldn't know because I don't have anything out. So I did want to really drop Trill to have like a love song out too. So yeah, that was why. That was why I dropped Trill in July.
It's interesting that you used the word flavor because the whole time in my head, I'm like, damn, she recorded it in 2018. She was letting that song marinate. Like, you was letting it sit there for a while. Like, all right, you're ready. You're ready to go in the oven. Cool.
I was, yeah.
Now, do you feel like besides, you know, all of the shows getting canceled, obviously that's the negative side of things, but do you feel like the pandemic hitting had any positive side effects for you, or
good question,
allowed you to grow in any ways, or, you know?
Yeah, definitely. When the pandemic hit, I was actually living in Western Mass. I was living there for a while, like 2.5 hours northwest of Boston. So I had been driving back and forth, and I was still like, you know, taking gigs here in Boston, doing interviews, doing whatever I could, studio sessions out here in Boston. So I would basically be going back and forth each week from Western Mass to Boston and staying in Boston for like 2-3 days out of the week and then driving back up every week. So I put tons of miles on my car.
I can imagine.
And yeah, I was doing that for basically like a little less than a year. And when the pandemic hit, everything got canceled out here in Boston, and my job out in Western Mass, which I was a in-home caretaker for an elderly person. So I was, living in the home, like taking care of them. So when the pandemic hit, basically I wasn't able to do that job if I was going to keep coming back to Boston because of, COVID. Like I couldn't, be sick. I couldn't risk anybody getting sick, the elderly people I was taking care for. So I just made the move up there. My family lives up there in Western Mass. So I was just able to like spend time with my family, totally cut off from performing. And it was a huge change for me because I basically never had any time to relax. Like I was constantly just like going up to Western Mass, working, driving here to Boston, doing as many things as I possibly could because I would only be in Boston for like 2-3 days and then going back up to Western Mass, working, coming back. And it was just like a constant cycle of like never like being in my own place, having time to just relax and like schedule and plan. It was just like things just kept coming, just kept going and making sure everything kept moving. So to be able to like calm down and have a job at the beginning of pandemic was amazing. I recently left that job and moved to Boston. So I just moved back to Boston. That was a goal of mine for the past year. I had been like planning to like save up money and be able to move back here. So I'm so happy to have achieved that goal.
Dope.
And so pandemic, it definitely changed a lot. I got to spend a lot of time with my family. Got to spend a lot of time just like focusing in on self and dealing with some really difficult things because going through something that depressing with like the whole rest of the world all at once,
being depressed,
is just wild. So we all like really had to do, I feel like, a lot of self-work, a lot of inner work, you know. So been
quarantine was
working on that.
In a sense.
I was gonna say, you needed to have a seat. Several.
We did, you know.
Now, as far as like work ethic and inspiration is concerned, I feel like what you just explained, like you was just always on go mode. But did sitting down really allow you to create some of your best work, do you think?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Were you so you were actively creating?
Yes.
Like in the quarantine and things of that nature. So we're gonna have to see when she drops it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've been creating. Inspiration comes at different times. So I just take advantage of it when it comes. And there's like the creating side of music. Like the taking the time to actually sit down, write something new, come up with a new melody, music, song, all that part of it. But then there's also like the performances, the shows, the interviews, the collaborations with other artists too. So I've been working on a lot of those things as well. It's been really great. It's like I'm just like preparing for the next thing, while still trying to reflect on everything that has happened so far that I like dreamed up. And then it happened, and now we're moving on to the next thing. It's like, wow, what? Here we go.
Let's go, big Eva Davenport. You already know what time it is. CWTFB. But Eva.
Yeah. Like thinking about the Boston Music Awards.
I want you to sing for us.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I want you to freestyle sing for us.
I have sang a couple times for you guys.
I want you to freestyle sing for us.
Okay.
You know what beat I got in mind?
What you got in mind?
The Monica So Gone.
Oh.
Everybody.
I'm with it.
That's a goodie. That's a good
I'm
one.
with it. Okay.
All right, let's conjure that up real quick. Run it back.
Baby, I'm so proud to be your girl. You make the confusion go all the way from this cold eventual world. I'm in love with you. You set me free. I can't do this thing called life without you here with me, 'cause I'm dangerously in love with you. I'll never leave. Just keep loving me the way I love you, loving me.
The supporting cast is crazy in this joint, right?
Yes, queen.
Who was that for? Oh, that was for Big Bird? It's my sister.
That was for you,
I tell everybody I'll never be as gangster as my sister. Eva, this has been amazing. I definitely love your energy. I love your voice. That freestyle was fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't really know what else to end off with, but I just want you to just let the people know what you got coming up next.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, guys. Like, this was awesome. I'm happy to be on, this radio station.
She don't even know what it's called. Nobody can ever say
CWTFB, right? CWTFB. I just didn't want to say the letters in the wrong
Everybody
spaces,
always says W. They
didn't.
read it like it's CW.
C-dub.
Nobody ever.
C-dub.
Y'all ever hear me say C-dub?
Okay.
C-W?
Rewind.
So,
Shout out CWTFB Radio. Eva Davenport in the building.
Let's go.
Yes, no, thank you so much again for having me. So I have a couple shows coming up.
Okay.
One of them is actually literally an in-person show. It's a drive-in in Roxbury.
Okay.
It's on Washington Street. And the information, I'll be putting it on my website, evadavenportmusic.com.
Let's go.
I'll be putting it on my Instagram. You can follow me at Lyrics by Eva on Instagram or Eva Davenport Music on Facebook as well. But yeah, I'll be putting that out there. That is this upcoming Friday. So, I'm sorry, not this Friday, but next Friday. That will be, the 23rd, right?
That will be correct, the 23rd.
The 23rd, yes. So please save the date, the 23rd. It's a drive-in show. I'm performing, and then Lisa Bello is also going to be performing with the band. Amazing singer.
Shout out Lisa
So
Bello.
I'm just really excited to have a live show. I'm going to have an incredible band backing me up, and it's a drive-in, set up like a movie theater. So they got a big TV like a huge screen with a projector. It looks amazing. The sound is dope. Everything is gonna be awesome. I went to last week's drive-in show, and I checked it out, saw how everything was set up and stuff. Yeah. And it was amazing. So I'm really excited to do that on the 23rd. So please come out on the 23rd if you guys are free. Drive-in movie show in Roxbury. And then on the 31st, I'm performing for Boston Stream Parties event on Halloween. So I'm performing at 7:30. It's actually a festival, and they're announcing everything soon. So I'm giving you guys the drop on both of these because neither of them are announced to the public yet. But yeah, I'm really excited for both of them. So please save the dates and come through. I'll be with a live band for both shows, so it's gonna be dope.
Let's go.
Now tell the people where they can listen to your EP, find it, what platforms it's on.
Definitely. Yeah, so you can buy a physical copy of my CD on my website, evadavenportmusic.com. I have t-shirts for sale and tank tops as well. Got some merchandise, and it's on every streaming platform. So Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, YouTube, Google Play, wherever you listen to music, you can look up Eva Davenport, and you'll find not only my EP, some singles that I've released, but also collaborations with rappers and singers and other artists from the area. So yeah, I got a good little catalog out on all streaming platforms now. So that's really awesome. And I have some special edition songs only on SoundCloud as well. So you can check those out too.
Plug.
Website. Yeah.
And your SoundCloud name?
Eva
Davenport.
Eva Spell it for the people, because some people graduated high school, but they didn't do that well in English, so you got to spell it, baby.
Yeah, no, I mean Eva is spelled differently too, but yeah, it's EVA, and then DAVENPORT. Eva Davenport Music, and that's pretty much everything. EvaDavenportmusic.com, Eva Davenport Music on Facebook, on SoundCloud as well, and then Lyrics by Eva on Instagram and Twitter.
Perfect. Eva, You are a fucking delight to be around. I appreciate you pulling up.
Same.
This was dope. Tiny, you want to end off with anything before we close it out? Because I'm lit.
Be honest.
Peace, love, and light, because that's what you brought today. That's it.
I like that.
Thank you. Peace.
This is CWTFB Radio. You know what time it is, man. Red Cups of R&B, man. I'm Charlie MaSheen. We had Eva Davenport in the building. Tiny Bellez to the left of me, man. I love y'all. Till next time, we out.
If there's you,